Hello, beautiful souls. Thanks for tuning in to another Spiritually Ziya reading. We're going to get some messages for all of the zodiac signs. I want it to be a timeless reading whenever you come across this, a month from whenever you see this, okay? And we're going to get one tarot card and one oracle card just to keep it short and sweet. Otherwise, these readings can go long. Let's start off with Aries. Aries, what's happening for Aries within the next month? Ooh. Do you believe in magic? We literally got the magic card coming out. The number 31. What's happening for Aries within the next month? And we got the Four of Swords in reverse with the Tower on the bottom of the deck. Fertility also on the bottom of the deck. So for Aries, there is something magical about being by yourself next month. I feel like there's going to be a lot of beautiful spiritual insights that come to you when you're least expecting it, and also things like opportunities and doors that open up for you when you're also least expecting it. Okay, so I am feeling like for the next month you guys are probably going to be on the move a lot, not feeling like you can rest much. Even when you're trying to rest, it's just not restful rest. There is so much that is happening in your energy within the next month. Like I said, lots of spiritual downloads, upgrades, different things like that. I feel like you guys are going to also have a business idea or something that I feel like is going to be able to make you a lot of money one day, or could become a lucrative income that you guys are going to be receiving insight about. And if this is something that you already know what I'm talking about, it's like starting to pick up within the next month. So if this is something that you've already invested some time and energy into, even a lot of thought into, within the next month, I feel like it's going to be activated. You're going to be receiving that go mode energy. And maybe that's also why you feel like you can't sleep. Maybe some of you guys are going to be struggling with a little bit of insomnia, maybe even a little bit of anxiety, I am feeling. But I think after the month is over, when things kind of start to settle down astrologically, you will start to feel a little bit more peace and ease. But I do see you kind of utilizing this energy to make something beautiful happen in your life. We quite literally have magic, so you guys have the magic touch. I just heard the Midas touch. Okay, so anything you touch turns to gold, baby. Let's jump in with Taurus. See what's happening for Taurus in the next month. I almost said the month of April. What's happening for Taurus in the next month? Wow, that came right out. We got synergy coming out with number 41, and we got third eye chakra with number 6. Your guys's spiritual intuition and senses, your instincts are going to be on point within the next month, okay? There is something beautiful happening in your energy where there's been a lot of maybe contradicting energies or conflicting feelings, ideas that you've been having that are starting to harmonize, okay? I mean, quite literally, synergy. It says the frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions. Like, you guys are going to be able to, like, it's giving the vibe of like two skills that don't necessarily go together, or seem that they wouldn't go together. Gosh, I can't even talk with this one. That seem like they can't go together. You somehow find like that equal medium type of ground for it to be able to meet on, to be able to merge and work together, okay? Hold on. We got the Two of Wands. Oh my god, that's so funny. I think I want to keep this out, and we got the Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck. It's quite literally giving like bringing two worlds together. It's like you don't have to choose, you can have the best of both worlds. And I feel like the universe is supporting you in a whole new way that maybe you felt you were lacking in the past, and that's why you feel like you weren't able to fully proceed forward with what it is that you truly enjoy, or indulge in the activities that feed your soul and your spirit, you know what I mean? Because it's like maybe you've been spending so much energy taking care of like your normal responsibilities and stuff. It's almost like it's like two timelines are merging. Two versions of yourself are merging. It's like, yeah, that's the best way I know how to say that. So expect some new opportunities and paths to open up for you, where you're able to pursue two things that actually fuel your passion, or that you're really good at, okay? You guys are also going to probably have a lot of very vivid dreams. And I'm also hearing to celebrate your silent victories. Maybe don't be so vocal about what it is that you're doing or wanting to do, because sometimes when we do that and we tell too many people start projecting negativity onto that, and it doesn't give it the room to grow and blossom into what it needs to be or is going to be, okay? So celebrate your silent victories. Kind of keep it to yourself for a little while too. Gemini, let's see what's going on for Gemini then the next month. What's happening for Gemini? I was so cold, and now I'm like, God, whew, it's hot in here. We got Emergence on the bottom of the deck, and we got Universal Love with number 44. Okay. This is definitely giving, for those of you that are single, I think within the next month, you are going to be like coming in contact with your person. For those of you that are already in a relationship, I do feel like you guys could be quite literally like merging into one, like a union, marriage proposal, moving in together, having a baby. There's something that's like becoming a bigger commitment in your relationship. Even if that's just like you've been in a situationship for a while, maybe you're finally like, okay, you know what? I think I want to like ask this person to be my partner. Like, that's the vibe that I'm getting from that. We got the Seven of Swords in reverse. We got the Prince of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Yeah. This is making me feel like you guys maybe in the past were avoiding, not necessarily a truth, but like maybe some feelings that you've been having, or maybe there is something that was like stirring inside of you that was kind of triggering like some old trauma or feelings that you needed to work through. So you've been kind of like in this state of not necessarily avoiding, but not like facing it either. You know what I mean? It's kind of like putting it on the back burner. That's what it is. It's still brewing back there. You're still like smelling it, feeling it, you know, you feel the heat from it, but you're not necessarily tending to it either. It's like, okay, I'm gonna deal with this when it needs to be dealt with. When it's time to stir the fucking pot. Yeah, but there's something that is being revealed within you and around you. Somebody could also be quite literally bringing forth like their feelings of love with the Prince of Cups. Like, it's giving me the feeling of somebody being like, look, I really like you, I want to be with you, or I really like your energy, like, can we be friends? Like, you know what I mean? But I do feel like there's feelings here from another person, and I think that is going to be revealed to you within the next month. And I'm also feeling like for those of you that are not even looking for love, that are just very single, and yeah, you're focused on yourself, your own journey, I feel like there's this energy of like you really stepping into this beautiful, like more vulnerable, open version of yourself. It's like you finally released like some sort of energetic baggage or something that's been kind of holding you back from being able to really open your heart. It feels like a heart chakra awakening, honestly. Yeah. Cancer. Let's see what's happening for Cancer within the next month. I just keep hearing, hey, brother. My man was saying it earlier. All right, Cancer. What's happening for Cancer within the next month? Y'all got the magic card too. There's something magical happening within the collective. I am feeling that, like, a shift has been happening for a while now. And I think the energy feels so heavy right now for everybody because there's so much shit like toxicity and corruption and everything that's being exposed, and the lower vibrational ties that we've had are being snipped from our being. Okay, we're no longer being held down by them. We're raising our vibration, but in order to do that, we have to go into the depths of the darkness and deal with these things and face them and cut the tie fully. You know what I mean? That's kind of the vibe that I'm feeling. We got communication on the bottom. We got magic, and let's see, what's your tarot card? Two of Cups in reverse. Queen of Pentacles. For you guys, I'm feeling like there's like a sense of you really stepping into your sense of self-worth. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is very stable in themselves. They have built something for themselves. They're not afraid to really like stand alone because they know what they bring to the table. You know, it's like if you can't reciprocate that, then I'm not about to feed into you. I'm not about to give more than I'm giving, or than I'm giving. That I'm giving. I'm not going to give more than I'm getting. And that's why the Two of Cups, I feel like, is here on the bottom of the deck with communication. This feels like you finally being honest about maybe where something is not aligned. This could be a romantic partnership. This could be a job. This could be a friendship. Whatever the situation is, it's something that is not aligned with you. This could even be something in yourself, right? Maybe you like to drink and party, or you used to like to, and now you're kind of feeling like you don't need that anymore. You're starting to feel better about yourself. You're starting to stand more in your power. The magic here is you. Like, you are the magic. And within this next month, I feel like you're really going to see that, and you're going to step into that, and you're going to embody that, okay? Like, this is going to be your entire being, and you're going to emanate this new sense of beauty, whether you're male or female, or non-binary, whatever you choose to identify as. You're going to emanate this new sense of beauty because you are standing in your full authenticity and you're standing on your business, okay? Something else that's coming through, I feel like, within the next month is you guys could be getting like a raise, or maybe moving to a different job where you're paid more. There's like a sense of security. Maybe you're finally getting benefits or something from a job. If you were in a temp service or something, it's like you're getting hired in, you know what I mean? Or maybe you're getting, like I said, moved to a different building where you're able to make more money and have more time. It's like something that fits your schedule a little bit better. Leo. Going on for Leo in the next month. Whoa. Y'all got two cards trying to fly out. We got soul time, coherence on the bottom, and we have change. That came out first, so I'm gonna keep this one out. Let's see what's your tarot card. Things change. What would life be if everything stayed the same? I pray. Going on for Leo. Okay, Leo. Y'all gonna like this change. Okay, we got the Eight of Swords on the bottom in reverse. So you guys are stepping out of your own way. Okay, y'all are stepping out your own way and stepping into straight abundance. All right, we got the Nine of Pentacles. This is abundance. This is building something beautiful and stable that has the potential to be long-term and even like building a legacy type of thing. Like, because what comes after the 9? The motherfucking 10, baby. That is legacy. That is long-term stability. This is family. You know, things like that. Something that not only secures you, but your entire generational line. Okay, so there's something beautiful shifting for you guys. I think you guys are coming out of a time where maybe things have felt very heavy or stuck, or like you've been, yeah, like in a rut, kind of. It's like, here's the breath of fresh air. And this whole time, this is making me think of, like, it is literally in the stars. It's in your DNA. Like, you were always meant to step into this at this specific time. Check out your birth chart. Sorry, my man called me, so but check out your birth chart and see what is shifting for you. You can even find certain websites that will like break it down to you if you're not like super into astrology, and it can break it down in real words for you that you will understand. But I do feel like there's something that you're destined for, is like stepping into purpose. And I feel like this purpose is going to fuel you in so many ways, not even just spiritually and emotionally and mentally, but like physically, monetarily. Like, you're gonna receive so much abundance from this because you are truly in alignment. And yeah, you've been doing a lot of work, and I feel like this month you're gonna see that work paying off. These coins literally look like they're jumping at her. Like, it's like the money is literally coming to you. The resources you need are literally coming to you. The validation or the praise or whatever is coming to you. And for those of you that are building like a platform or like a fan base or something, supporters, like, these supporters are going to be here for the long haul. And the success that you're building is going to be here for the long haul. And I just feel like I need to tell you that because it's not going nowhere. I feel like as Leos, you guys have a tendency to kind of work yourself to the bone. It's like, you trust that what you're building is going to be long lasting. Like, it is stable. On to Libra. What's happening for Libra? What's happening for Libra in the next month? Okay, came right on out. We got discernment on the bottom of the deck. We got divine feminine that came out, number 21, and that card that's on the bottom of the deck is number 20. That's so funny to me. We have death on the bottom in reverse. And we got the Queen of Wands coming out also in reverse. Within the next month for Libra, there's something that your soul, your spirit has been communicating to you about that I feel like has been taking your shine, okay? It's like draining your life force energy. There's something that is not aligned with you that you have been holding on to. And I think within the next month, it's going to become very clear. I need to slow down while I'm talking. Sometimes I get to channeling. I want to talk so fast. I mix words together. You are going to be receiving some very strong insight and clarity on a situation that I feel like is almost like been keeping you in your toxic femininity. It's almost like a woman scorned, you know, like when women are hurt by things that, you know, men have done in the past. I'm just going to use this as an example, right? It doesn't have to just be about men either, but they will have a tendency to project like, oh, all men are the same, all men just cheat, they're a piece of shit, or whatever. It's like, maybe for a while you've been in that kind of energy, like, fuck men, fuck my baby dad, okay? It's like you're stepping out of that. I feel like you're stepping more into a softer, feminine version of yourself, one that feels safe to be vulnerable and to be Soft. Maybe you've been very hard body and have a lot of boundaries, and And that's not a bad thing, is having boundaries. It's when those boundaries turn into walls and you don't allow yourself to open up to the opportunities that, you know, opening your heart can bring, right? And I do feel like there's like a higher heart chakra activation that's happening for you guys within the next month. But there is something that you're being asked to let go of from your past. Maybe even something that you're kind of like repeating the same cycle over and over again. Like, say for instance, you let go of the physical person, but now you're in a relationship with somebody who mirrors a lot of the same qualities or traits or energy that that person carried. Yeah, you're being asked to like let that go. And if you're choosing to utilize your energy to just, you know, be fuck buddies with somebody, even though that's not really what you want, maybe you want more from this. Spirit is telling you to be intentional with your energy. Like, you are divine, you are beautiful, and you are to be cherished and treasured. And if somebody's not doing that for you, then that's what's draining your energy. You know, you're not utilizing your energy to the best of its ability. I feel like within this next month, there's going to be a lot that is going to be shown to you about yourself, and maybe where you've been either too passive or you've been too guarded, and both of those can become blockages, right? So we want to find that happy medium. You know, you guys are Libra, which means you guys are all about balance and equality and, you know, justice. So you gotta like step into that energy, embody that energy, you know, because it's already is written in the stars for you, right? So all you gotta do is embody it. Virgo, what's happening for Virgo in the next month? We got empowerment that fell out, but this one flipped over, so I'm gonna put this one on the bottom. And this one says integration, by the way. So empowerment, integration. I like this energy so far, Virgo. I'm definitely feeling like you guys are really starting to step back into yourself and into your power. Like, if you felt maybe in the past like something was consuming you, becoming your entire personality or your entire character, I feel like you're no longer identifying with things that are not you. And when I say that, it's like, for an example, if you've been somebody who's dealt with a lot of anxiety in the past, it's like you identify as just an anxious person. Like, I'm just an anxious person. Like, I can't do this because I'm just an anxious person. It's like it gets in your way. It becomes your entire identity. It controls who you are. It's like you're taking your power back from that said situation, and you're saying, okay, yeah, I have some anxiety. That's normal, but this is not who I am. I am Ziya, and I am who I choose to be and who I say I am. And by doing that, you give yourself the power to become who you want to be and what you want to be. And that's a very beautiful energy to be in, okay? With the integration, literally you're integrating a more healthier, positive mindset that is going to feed and fuel your purpose and your destiny and where you choose to go in life. And I feel like you are also very supported by the angels right now in whatever it is that you are wanting to do or what is being presented to you, right? Even if you're unsure about it, it's like, we support you in your decision, okay? We got the Wheel of Fortune. I literally said destiny. This is the card of destiny. This is the card of change, purpose, okay? And it's also the card of unpredictability. It's like things are very, they're always spinning, right? They're always moving. Everything is temporary. And I feel like you're kind of getting back into the flow state. You know what I mean? Like, you're no longer fixating on what you feel like you need to do or need to be. And you're like stepping into the energy of allowance, allowing things to just happen the way that they are. We're not fixating on what somebody else might think or what somebody else might say or how they're going to react. And it's not that you're being inconsiderate of other people's feelings. I don't want to say that. But you're being more aware of your own feelings. Okay. We got the Empress. Oh my God. This is you literally standing in your full power. For Virgos, I feel like you guys are very fertile this month. You guys could quite literally become pregnant. This could have been something that completely blindsided you. Maybe you did not see this coming. But it's a blessing. It is a blessing. With the Empress here, she is very blessed in her endeavors, and whatever she chooses to do or be is blessed in its own journey. And I feel like that's just the energy that's following you this next month. Like, you're gonna be glowing, you're gonna be showing. Yeah, that, like, I don't really have any other words other than, like, there's some beautiful changes that are happening for you, and you guys are utilizing your energy to manifest beautiful things in your life. So make sure you're utilizing that to its full ability, its full potential, so you can really receive the full benefits that this energy has to offer you. Because like I said, everything is temporary, and it might not always be this abundant and fertile, right? And it doesn't just have to be talking about pregnancy either. When I say fertile, like, it's just the energy is very potent and powerful right now. So be cautious what you choose to invest your time and your energy into, because that's what is going to, you know, you're going to reap what you sow. Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio. What's happening for Scorpio? Please and thank you. We got Tantric Journey. I like this. And we got Synergy. Scorpio. What is happening for Scorpio within the next month? Thank you. Seven of Swords in reverse. We have the Nine of Cups in reverse, and we have Synergy. Okay, Scorpio, I feel like you guys have been in a lot of situations in the past that maybe have not actually been as fulfilling as you projected it to be. I feel like you guys are being more honest with what makes you happy and what don't. And you're starting to, I feel like you're no longer putting so much power into outside forces and things, experiences, people, jobs, whatever, to like fulfill a space within you, because you're starting to kind of realize that that's something that maybe you've, how do I even explain this? There's something inside of you that has been missing for a while. It's almost like a void or a hole, this emptiness that maybe you've been trying to fill with outside things, whether that's money or a job or a person or sex or whatever, right? It's like you've been giving a lot of power and energy to things outside of you to try to fill a void. And I feel like you are finding that that is a lot deeper than the surface. And you guys are already very deep signs in the zodiac wheel, right? Very intense, very deep. And when things are off inside of you, it feels a lot deeper than maybe, I don't want to say other signs or other people, but you guys do feel that shit very intensely. And sometimes you guys may have a tendency to dissociate from the feelings that you're feeling because they are so intense. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna smoke till I don't think about it, or I'm gonna drink, or I'm just gonna focus on work, or I'm going to dive into this relationship, or, you know, it's like you're trying to numb, in a sense. I feel like you're taking back your power, and things are starting to become clear, maybe where you've been doing that in your life. And I think with the Synergy card, there's like this energy of support when it comes to creating balance in your life again. And I feel like there's a lot of things that you've maybe self-sacrificed or compromised in the past, that you are really starting to realize now. And because you're having these realizations and these epiphanies and stuff, you're able to move in a way that is actually more fulfilling for you, and it better benefits everyone around you, except for maybe the people that are leeching off of your energy, right? Those are the people that are going to be revealed to you and removed from you, right? So then there's only left with like this purity of energy, of love, of genuinity. And this is something that you've been wanting and desiring for a long time now, is this unconditional like love, and to be seen and to be heard and felt. And I feel like that's what's coming for you within the next month. Oh, that was hard for me to get out. I feel like there's so much depth there, but it's almost like hard for me to fully dive into it because there is a wall. It's like the energy was revealing itself little by little to me, and I'd have to kind of like feel into it. What's the right word to describe this feeling? That's kind of like what the energy was feeling like, almost like it wanted to be revealed, but it was like, let me open up on my own terms. Let me open up on my own time. You know, like you can't force that type of energy. And I feel like that's how a lot of Scorpios are. Like you can't force them to just open up and be vulnerable and this like authentic version of themselves without first proving that your intentions are pure, or that you're really here for the right reasons. And yeah, Sagittarius. What's going on for Sagittarius within the next month? Prosperity, universal love, number 44 and number 36 with prosperity. And then let's get a tarot card as well. Happening for Sagittarius. Six of Wands. Okay, Sag. We got the Prince of Pentacles in reverse. This would be the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It's funny because like normally when I see the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, this is like somebody who's very stubborn or procrastinates or something, but I feel like this serves you in a weird way. I feel like because Sagittarius, you guys can be very impulsive and very fast moving. It's like this energy kind of slows you down sometimes, and it allows you to be more grounded when you make decisions. You know what I mean? Even though normally I'd get a different message from that card. That's why I'm like, that's so weird that that's the message I'm getting. But it serves you well to sometimes procrastinate, okay? Because it allows you to not act off of raw, impulsive emotion. Because when you do that, sometimes you make decisions that you think are going to make you feel good, but maybe end up hurting you in the end, or end up blowing up in your face, you know? But with prosperity and the Six of Wands, baby, you guys are having some sort of like leveling up in your life, okay? This is going to show in your finances and your energy. I feel like within your workspace, as well as maybe even your friend groups and stuff. It's like the people that are even associated with you are also going to be reaping these benefits. And I just feel like there's something very like contagious about your energy, like in a positive way. your energy is very positively contagious within the next month. You're just like a joy to be around. And I do feel like this is because, you know, things are running smoothly in the outside. Like, it's like you have a lot that you've accomplished to be thankful for, to celebrate about. And because of all of that, like, it shows in your energy. Like, people want to be around you because you're just, you vibrate so high that you bring their vibration up too. You know what I mean? Prosperity. There's like abundance coming to you guys for something that you guys have invested a lot of time and energy into. This could have been like a past thing, or something that you've been recently doing, or that you continue to show up for, that you're dedicated and disciplined on. Regardless, there's something beautiful coming to you, a reward. This could be a raise. This could be a large sum of money, whatever that looks like for you. There is some beautiful energy of prosperity following you within the next month, okay? Capricorn, what's happening for Capricorn within the next month? Earth. It's so funny. We're literally an earth sign. I feel like we're going to be feeling a lot more grounded and stable in our own energy. And I'm also feeling like earth is making me think of like earthly things, you know, monetary or family, like things that you can experience here on this physical plane. I feel like within the next month, we're going to see a lot of things kind of either start to stabilize and ground, or we are going to see a positive impact moving forward. We got Tantric Journey that came out, and I feel like we're going to be also experiencing a lot more like pleasure. And I'm saying we because I'm a fucking Capricorn too, my bad. I just realized I keep saying we. We're going to be experiencing a lot more pleasure and things that make us feel good within this next month. Really get outside and connect with Mother Gaia. She's going to be very healing for you in this time, and she's also just going to help ground all of the energy that is in you and around you. I also am feeling very strongly like earth angel energy coming through with Capricorn. Some of you guys could be really like stepping into like divine purpose. Yeah. Sheesh, we had literally 3 cards come out. We have the 6 of Cups, the Empress, and the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to put the Empress and the Wheel of Fortune back, and I'm going to keep the 6 of Cups out just because I'm only taking 1 card for each, but I'm going to keep those in mind. Like I said, this next month we're going to be experiencing a lot more pleasure, and things are going to start to shift for us in a beautiful way. We're going to see a lot of support coming from the divine and from our community and our support system that we have here on this physical realm, but also in the spiritual realm. Some of us are going to be finding our person, okay? Somebody that we can explore and experience in new ways that aren't just physical, right? This is like spiritual intimacy. Something that becomes very activating for you. And you guys could even start to step into this new sense of direction or purpose because you encounter like a certain person. It's like they activate this part of you that puts you on the path of destiny. But yeah, you're going to be very blessed in this next month. You're going to be very blessed, and I think you're going to start to see the payout of something that you've been disciplined and consistent and dedicated to. And I just heard, don't forget to have fun, Capricorn. You guys are going to be given the opportunity to be able to have fun and to experience more joy. But yeah, like I said, go out into nature. She's our healer, okay? Especially for earth signs. Like, she is so healing for us. She's very healing for everybody. Everybody needs some earth in their motherfucking life. Everybody needs to put their feet on the grass, okay? We become so damn disconnected, especially with all the technology and everything. Like, it's so important to connect with the organic mother of all of us, okay? We got Aquarius coming up next. That was a good shuffle for Aquarius. What's happening for Aquarius in the next month? We got Divine Masculine with Synergy on the bottom. For Aquarius, what's happening for Aquarius? We got the Seven of Wands. Interesting. And we got the King of Swords in reverse. Okay, Aquarius, this next month, you are being called to open back up, to let your guard down a little bit more and to become more vulnerable. There's a difference between being in your divine masculine energy and being in your toxic masculinity, right? The toxic masculinity can be very cold, abrasive, come off very domineering or rude, and I even heard crude, okay? I don't even use that word, but it can come off very crude and very guarded. And when we are in that energy, we do prevent our own progress moving forward because we get in our own way. We create this ice block and we don't allow the ebb and the flow to happen. We become fixed, and you guys are already a very fixed sign anyways, right? And you're being called to just kind of go with the flow and to trust, to stop being so guarded that you block your own blessings. I do feel like for some of you guys could be burning yourself out, like burning the candle at both ends, trying to take on more than you need to because you feel like you're the only one that can do it the right way. I just heard if you want something right, you gotta do it yourself. Which can be true in some cases, but when you do that all the time and you don't allow any support or help, what you do is end up just adding more to your load, and that creates sensory overload, and then all of a sudden you find yourself in analysis paralysis or feeling very drained and tired, irritable, angry, right? We don't want that. We want we want the peace that comes with being able to handle things on our own, not all of the stress, because that's not something for you to just carry on your own, right? But yeah, I do feel like you guys have been closed off for a while, maybe a little bit dissociated. This next month, you are being called to kind of open yourself back up and allow divine support and help, especially when it comes to creating more balance and allowing, I don't want to say love back into your life, but yeah, that is the energy. It's not even like, I'm not talking about like romantic love either. I could be for some of you guys here, but I'm talking about like universal love, the love that transforms pain into healing, okay? Like, in order for you to reach the next level, to become the success that you are looking for, you have to stop closing yourself off at every sign of either inconvenience or possibility to get hurt, right? Because if you close yourself off from getting hurt, then you also close yourself off from being able to experience love and happiness. And these are the things that we want more of in our life, not to be numb in both ends of the spectrum, right? Pisces, what's happening for Pisces in the next month? What's happening for Pisces in the next month? Ooh. literally all of these cards, right? The same cards keep like being on the bottom of the deck are coming out, and that's just so funny to me because it just shows that we are all very collectively intertwined together and experiencing a lot of the same experiences simultaneously. We got universal love on the bottom though, and we have 24 with Earth. Let me get, I feel like for Pisces, you guys are like stepping into more clarity and into a more grounded energy within this next month. You know, Pisces can be very dreamy and sometimes very confusing energy to navigate. You guys could deal with like a lot of feelings of wanting to escape, or maybe having different like escapisms. Just because you guys do feel so intensely, it's like sometimes it's easier to get lost in like this fantasy world and to just be kind of numb than to be into the thick of it. So I feel like there's like a grounded energy coming in for you guys though. We got the 5 of Cups. Yeah. And we got the 8 of Swords. Okay, Pisces, this next month, what's happening for you is there is healing that's coming in. You guys have been grieving parts of yourself, parts of your life. Maybe you feel like there was a lot of things that were unfair, or you've been done wrong a lot, disappointed a lot, let down a lot. And that is so hard to deal with, right, for anybody. But when it's like been most of your life, it makes you want to be closed off. It makes you want to be cold and not to feel or deal. So I feel like this next month, there's going to be a lot of things that are coming up for you emotionally, especially like a lot of trauma, a lot of grief, feelings of loss, feelings of injustice that are going to come up for you guys that I do feel like are going to weigh very heavily for you mentally and emotionally. Be sure to seek out help when you're going through stuff like that, but don't look at this as a bad thing, because this is what is actually bringing you closer to freedom, is by having these things finally come up and to be dealt with. The earth is here to bring you healing, to bring you grounding, to bring you nurture and love. And she is the great mother, right? She wants to nurture you back to health. And I feel like you guys have been kind of running on fumes for a while now, and it's time for you to fully be free from your emotional, mental traumas, physical traumas, and burdens that you carry, your baggage that you carry. It's time for this to be transformed and transmuted so you can be free, so you can feel light again. And this can only be transformed through love. And when you have these situations come up, I want you to try, it's going to be hard, it's going to be a practice, I want you to try to view these things from a loving standpoint and look at the bigger picture of it, because these things were never meant to break you. They were molding you into a more evolved, vulnerable, sensitive version of yourself that also understands that boundaries and, you know, being stern in yourself and your authenticity is important in navigating these things, right? So this is not something that was meant to break you, but to point you closer to who you're meant to become and where you're meant to go. Yeah, I feel like this next month is going to be kind of heavy for you guys, but it's also going to come with a sense of like peace and ease and freedom. So yes, you're going to be feeling a lot. Yes, it's going to be hard to face some of these things, to sit in the energy, but you're being challenged because you're being evolved. You're ascending, right? That's what I have for you, Pisces. I'm going to leave it at that. Like I said, don't be afraid to seek out help, support. You are loved. You are needed here. And don't let these feelings of depression or waves of trauma and memories and stuff dictate any decisions that you make or may feel you want to make, right? Because when we're in those energies, sometimes we want to impulsively act on them in a negative way and maybe, you know, hurt ourselves or hurt other people or something. You're being called to sit with it, but don't stew and dwell in it to the point where you become fixated on that and that becomes who you are again, and that becomes your experience and your reality. You are not your past. You are not your future. You are only who you are right now, and you get to create that. That's why this is the present. That's why it's a gift, because you get to create that with your mind, with your actions, and with your intentions. So be intentional. Okay? Be intentional to live a life of love, to heal, to be free. And that's what you shall receive. So I'm sending you guys all lots of love. I hope these messages help everybody. And thank you for tuning in and watching this video. And I'm sending you guys all lots of love. Take care.